So I graduated from Pepperdine University just over a year ago, and I was this close to dropping out. But I chose to take a break instead halfway through college, and it ended up changing my life. Taking a gap semester was one of the best decisions I ever made. If you're a student unsure about staying in school, I hope this video gives you a fresh perspective. From studying abroad to traveling to volunteering and gaining real-world experience, I'll share how all of that shaped my journey and why you might want to consider taking a gap semester, a year, or even a little bit longer off from school. What's up, my friend? My name is Jackie Ferrari, and if you're tuning in, welcome. I make videos about faith, my life experiences, and personal growth on this channel to help you find God, break misconceptions, and overcome obstacles. I also make music as well that tie into those themes. If you enjoy this video, drop a comment as you're watching it. Yeah, let's get into it. So, our world has changed. Is a college completely useless? Is a college degree really necessary? Are your parents right that you'll be a failure if you drop out of college? In today's video, I'm going to explore these questions and share my personal experience. I'll talk about why I did not drop out and what I did instead. I'm going to offer encouragement for whatever decision that you decide to make, and I'll give you a few things to consider to help you make the best decision for yourself, to stay or not to stay in school. Had to do a little Shakespeare there. Oh, and wait, stick around to the end because I'm going to share a few great alternatives to traditional education that might be a great opportunity to help you continue your personal growth. Now, the most important thing I can say in this video is, what's up, my friend? My name is Jackie Ferrari, and on this channel, I make videos about faith, my life experiences, and personal growth to help you find God, break misconceptions, and overcome obstacles. I also make music as well, so tune in for that because I got some new stuff dropping soon. If you enjoy this video, be sure to drop a comment as you're watching. I would love to hear your thoughts and your experiences. Let's get into it. All right, so I graduated just over a year ago, April 27th, 2024. And I graduated from Pepperdine University in Malibu, California. It's beautiful out there. And yes, we were actually right on the beach. If you ever watched Zoe 101, that's actually the school that I went to where it was filmed. But anyways, now we all know the purpose of college is to prepare you to get a job and to prepare you for the real world, right? So I'll be upfront. My job search has not gone the way I expected. You know, I actually ended up having a job in door-to-door sales out of college and realized that wasn't for me. And I was searching for a job for several months. I'm actually about to start a new sales job. But the job search definitely took way longer than I anticipated. And college, while I had some resources to prepare me for the job search, being in the classroom didn't really help with any of that. And while yes, the Career Center at my university, incredible. Love the people there, they're amazing. But that my actual time in the classroom didn't really prepare me for any of the sales stuff I did or planning to do. It's becoming increasingly clear that practical experience and skills are valued over what degree you have. However, I don't think that college is completely useless. I think whether or not college is useful for you depends on your situation, and I'll get into that in a minute. But let's rewind to my college experience. What was it actually like? I started college in August of 2020. My entire freshman year ended up being online. It was pretty crazy, pretty hard, and yeah, a lot happened. Then sophomore year rolls around, and we actually get to come back on campus. So now fast forward to the end of that sophomore year. It's March of 2022. I hit a point where I realized I didn't have to be in school. You see, I was choosing to. And that was the first time I considered actually dropping out. You see, my GPA that semester was terrible. Ended up being like a 2.7, which was like the worst I'd ever gotten. And I was actually working multiple jobs to try to put together a decent income. I was juggling work, school, and music, but everything just felt off. And I was taking required general education classes, and I just didn't have the energy or focus for them. And yeah, that semester, most of my classes were general education requirements, history, literature, and other classes. At Pepperdine, they typically recommend that you knock those out in the first 2.5 years. So the problem wasn't that I didn't care about the subjects or dislike my major, which was advertising. I actually really enjoyed my major and enjoyed projects. I'm not a test person. I like projects. The real issue was that I just struggled with tests, and I noticed I performed much better in semesters when I was studying courses related to my major. On top of that, I was exhausted and burned out. So instead of dropping out, I made the decision to take a semester off and then reassess how I felt about college at the end of the break. Now, here's the thing. I had already signed up for a 7-week study abroad program that summer in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And I remember being so over school that I almost decided to even back out of Argentina. And I'm so glad I did not do that. That would have been a terrible decision. Now, that summer in Buenos Aires was ultimately life-changing. It's where I got the travel bug. I've currently been to 14 countries in the last 2 years, and I love traveling. There's so many more places I want to go. But after I returned home later that summer, I knew that something felt different, and I needed something different. I was still debating in my head, should I drop out or not? But I realized I didn't have to make a decision now. And like I said earlier, I wanted to take a leave of absence, so I decided 1 semester. Now, the thing is, most people who take a gap semester or gap year, they usually do it right before they start college or after they finish college. But I chose to take one in the middle. And side note, I want to encourage you, if you're in college and you need a break, it's okay. It really is. You don't have to go straight through. There's nothing that says you have to graduate in 4 years. You can graduate in 6 and take 2 years off in the middle. You're still going to get your degree like everybody else. It doesn't have dates on it. It's okay. You don't have to follow the crowd. Sometimes stepping away from school and taking a break can be the best choice for your personal growth and your future goals, and to even help you finish stronger than you would have if you just pushed through. So now August rolls around and everybody else is starting school, and I was trying to figure out what to do, and I was applying to a bunch of jobs because I needed money. Also, another side note, crazy how the job market in 2022, just 3 years ago, was like 1,000,000 times better than it is now. 1,000,000 times better. I landed several job interviews left and right without a degree. I think I may have applied to maybe 25 jobs that summer and ended up getting a job as an appointment setter for a business coach. So I soon realized the job was going practically nowhere for me, and I was really struggling in the position. And even my boss could see it. She saw that I worked hard, but could see this wasn't a fit long term. So I left it. And then I was trying to figure out what to do next. And I was also struggling to find community since, when you're not in school, it's very hard. So my mom then encouraged me to participate in some kind of educational program or volunteering, so I decided to give it a shot. Plus, I figured I can make a friend or two my age, so I ended up participating in a volunteer program for a few weeks in Peru. Now, while I was there, I ended up traveling to Bolivia and then was supposed to go to Costa Rica after for a couple weeks, but I ended up getting sick 3 times during my travels and ended up cutting my trip short, so I was only in Costa Rica for 5 days instead of the couple weeks I was supposed to be there. But some other crazy stuff happened too. But one of the best things you can do is to take a gap year or gap semester. It completely changed my perspective. I met so many amazing people from all around the world. The experiences I gained were so much more valuable than anything a classroom could ever offer. If you're considering taking time off, I encourage you to do it. You'll learn things you can't learn in school, and those experiences might even shape your future career path. So eventually, once I came home, I had to make the decision. Do I re-enroll at Pepperdine or drop out for good? Do I go back to Malibu or stay in Atlanta and try to figure it out? I could have taken another semester off, but I knew if I really wanted to graduate on time with the class of 2024, I knew I couldn't keep putting it off. Plus, I'm the kind of person where I get sentimental about certain things like this, so the idea of not graduating with my class, like graduating a year late, just did not feel right. So if I was going back, I wanted it to be now or never. And I was already going to have to take summer classes just to be able to finish on time. And taking 1 semester off was the most I could do without delaying my graduation. So I made my decision. I went back. Now, why did I end up going back? First, I had 0 debt, graduating completely debt-free. Something that most college grads can't say. And I figured if I could get a degree debt-free, why not just get it? And especially from a top university, why not? Second, I was already over halfway done. 2024 was just around the corner. It was November or December of 2022 when I made the decision. 2024 was just around the corner. So I thought, might as well stick it out for another 1.5 years and just get it over with. And then third, I realized that this was the last time I was going to be surrounded by so many people my age daily, right? I didn't want to miss out on that experience since, Lord knows I had no plans and still don't have any plans to go to grad school unless that changes. Also, Pepperdine's got a great alumni network, so I figured going to a really good school and having access to the people and the connections could be really useful in the future. And you know what? After going back the following semester, I realized I wanted to study abroad again. Because at Pepperdine, your financial aid carries with you studying abroad, and I was going to have to take summer classes to finish on time, so I figured, why not? So I ended up going to Switzerland and had so many amazing experiences there. Now, whether or not you go to college, or whether or not you stay in college, I want to encourage you to travel and see the world while you can. Whether it's studying abroad, volunteering, or doing some other program during a gap year, travel is so worth it. 100 years ago, traveling practically anywhere, especially if you lived in the United States, was difficult. Commercial airplanes weren't really a thing 100 years ago. So that's a luxury that we have. I want to encourage you to take advantage of it. Yeah, it may be a little expensive. You might have to save up and, sacrifice some things, but it's worth it. It's worth it to be able to spend that money traveling.
I don't know where I'm headed and I feel like giving in, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Why do I feel like I'm going in circles, huh? I turn the corner and get all excited, and here come the hurdles, been praying for peace and direction, but every step that I take leads me to keep getting rejected. God, can I just get a break? I just wanna be so